If I ever learned to draw properly, I would try to change the world for the better.
As an artist, everything I do, everything I make, is all for the purpose of inspiring other people. I recall as a young artist, when I would see something so unique, so crazy and bizarre, irreverent, cool, just insanely new. And it was so refreshing that it begged to be thought about and talked about and reworked conceptually by another artist. And I always strive to give that sense of wonderment to everybody else.
The taps are running dry for a popular craft beer maker in Maryland. Flying Dog Brewery in Frederick has agreed to be acquired by a company in New York. Founded back in 1888, Flying Dog is the fourth longest running family-owned brewery in the country. The company was known for its edgy beer names and labels. Flying Dog says its current brewery...
America is in the throes of a beer revolution. Today, the United States has more breweries than colleges, but it wasn't always this way. It was only after Jimmy Carter rescinded the prohibition on home brewing that Americans began innovating and experimenting.
Craft beer has exploded, and with it came a ton of badass art.
We come up with these wonderful expressions of creativity in craft beer.
A raging bitch, that's it.
We were the first to actually bring original art to the beer labels, something really edgy to capture people's imagination. And so Ralph splashed on here, good beer, no shit. We loved it, we printed it. But the Colorado Liquor Commission said, well, here's the deal. You may think it's art. We're saying it's obscenity. Pull those 15,000 cases or we'll revoke your license. Took it to the Colorado Supreme Court. That's $250,000 worth of beer. And when it comes to the loss of constitutional freedoms, they're chipped away at bit by bit.
They were fighting for free speech. I mean, that's rock and roll, man.
This is about so much more than a beer label.
We have a beer called Reno as Fuck, and we have fuck spelled out on the label.
I mean, my hat's off to them. They really paved the way so I can do this type of artwork.
The first bit of consumption starts with your eyes. And whether it's in a glass or it's in a bottle, it's setting you up. It's setting the stage for the experience you're about to have. We just feel so lucky to get a chance to work with a guy like Howell who can set that stage for us, can get you into the mindset of what the beer's about and really let you dive in and have an experience maybe a little bit more than it would be if this was just something that's kind of slapped together.
They could tell from a very early age that all I cared about was drawing, art, and design, even cool culture. And so there was a lot of cartoon-driven graphics, and me being an art guy, I was really heavily invested in the graffiti art and the character art. And so as that stuff started popping up more and more on like skate t-shirts and skate brands, like that's the kind of art that I like.
I'm a tattoo artist, and I was inking a friend and his wife, and they said they got this brewery that they're opening and wanted me to do the labels. And I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds real cool. Let's do it.
Because I hadn't thought of drawing beer labels. There are lots of blots, there's clumsiness in the work. And then there's a little elegance comes from somewhere quite by chance. And you sweep in something elegant and perhaps a thought of some sort. They're full of ideas, aren't they?
It's almost like it's such an emotional use of the pen, which I don't think many people have seen. I read it like a language.
There's few industries that could touch this type of creative output. It's incredible to have this platform for so many artists to keep coming out with great work.
This is motivated by my belief in art as a tool of empowerment and justice. The images I'm making, I want to draw people into a conversation they might not have otherwise.
I mean, to buy a beer at the pub or something, and it's got an interesting label, something. It's an interesting way to think about it while you're drinking the beer, isn't it? You know, but that's how I thought about it. Really, is to become an active part of the buying of a bottle of beer. I like the label. You know, that's a start, and that's what you sort of go for.